Hey guys, Scott Layton here. Today is August 1st, 2026, and I am in Korçë, Albania. I wanted to come somewhere that was cooler. If you watched any of their videos from Berat, where I was just at this morning, you know that we've been in 3 or 4 heat waves just in July. Here in Korça, where I was in February, it's in the mountains. It's 14 degrees Fahrenheit cooler today than Berat is. I just needed a break. I was getting heat exhaustion. I wasn't able to work out as much. I wasn't able to do a lot of sightseeing. And because I'm still wanted to spend some time in Albania before I left, as an American, I can stay here for up to a year without a visa or residency permit or anything like that. And I've been here since December of 2025. So I'm gonna go to Durrës next month in September, and then I'll let you know what the plans after that is. It's gonna be a surprise. But I wanted to stay in the country. I wanted to go somewhere cooler, and I wanted to be able to go and work out more and do some more sightseeing, walk more, read more, create more videos. I ended up getting sick in Berat. Beyond the heat exhaustion, I ended up getting a sinus infection. So it wasn't a very productive time. I loved the city. I would definitely go back. There's so many more things I want to do in Berat that I just didn't get the opportunity to. So maybe for another time. But because I wasn't working out as much and I didn't get as much active zone minutes, I wanted to definitely go and find somewhere cooler, like Korçë. Korçë is the coolest city, temperature-wise, in the entire country, at least during this heat wave. My active zone minutes in July were only 80 per day on average, in comparison to my June, which was like 200 a day on average in Vlora. So my July was still better than my Saranda, which is saying something because I was going up and down that hill, if you remember that from my previous videos from Saranda. But I mean, just today, I'm already up to 178 zone minutes. And that was just me buying groceries, walking to the taxi stand where I went and waited for a taxi then to take me to the bus terminal in Berat, and then walking from the drop-off point in Elbasan to where I needed to go and catch the bus in Elbasan to Korça, and then just walking Korça today. So I mean, I really didn't do anything. It was still 178 zone minutes. So I decided to splurge a little bit today and buy some things, some junk food that I wouldn't normally go and buy. And I wanted to do a price for you of everything in both LEC and American dollars. I haven't done one of those videos for a while, primarily because when I was in Berat, I also didn't have a kitchen. So I have a kitchen now, I have a stove and an oven. So I wanted to actually cook again. When I was in Berat, all I was doing was basically making paninis and bruschetta. All I had was a panini press. A lot of salads, a lot of Albanian like feta cheese, tons of tomatoes, fresh bread, practically every day, salads, onions. That was pretty much it. That was my diet. So I decided to go and splurge a little bit, the first couple of days while I'm here, and I'm going to go and try to get to church tomorrow. I believe Mass is at 10, back to the same church that I was at before. And I don't need to do as much sightseeing because I've already been here for a month. I know the city. I love Korça. It's definitely a place that I'd even consider moving. So yeah, I'm just going to work on me. And instead of doing a philosophical video tonight or something on history, I'm just going to do a price video because you guys seem to like that. I'm going to work first on the fridge and freezer items because I took them out and I want to go and put them back in. But let me just show you everything I bought today. And let me put the camera down, and then I'll do item by item for you. I'm not going to do the item by item for the vegetables. And yes, I'm considering tomato veg because I didn't get a price breakdown of that, but all of the fruit and veg, if you want to call the tomato fruit, came to $1.55. So I mean, you can't beat that. 2 potatoes, an onion, baby cucumber, 2 peppers, fresh garlic, tomato, lettuce, all for $1.55. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go and get my glasses. I went to several different stores. I went to one for the fruit and veg. I went to another for a lot of the foods, another for some other foods. I also went in, like I said, I'm splurging, so I went and bought a nice little pastry dish. So I bought that separately, and then I also went to a bakery and bought some fresh bread. So let's start with the bread. Fresh bread made today. I love Albanian bread. This came to 80 lek or 99 cents. Like I said, I bought some junk food. So I'm not going to do it again probably after this month. Some pretzels. Now these are really good, the Krakow pretzels. This came to 149 lek or $1.84. Now I apologize guys, for my other videos I've done breakdowns in British pounds and euros, but I haven't done that for this video. I also bought a small bag of chips. Chipsy is my favorite here in Albania. This was 119 lek or $1.47. I bought some fresh milk. Now this is 1.4 liters. This was 219 lek or $2.71. I do want to make a special point about this. As you can see here, this is 3.5% fat. The milk here in Albania comes in various pasteurizations and various fat content. You want to go and get a milk with a brown if you want to taste something that is really, really creamy. It's good for like chocolate or, in my case, coffee. So buy it with a brown cap. The next one, I didn't know the price was. If I did, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm not sure if this is like an ice cream or gelato. Oh, this is a gelato. Chocolate with hazelnuts. And this came to $8.26 or 669 lek. It's starting to melt, so I'm going to put this back in the freezer. If you buy gelato like this, I don't know if you're supposed to put it in the freezer or in the fridge. I've put it in both. When I put it in the freezer, it's hard as a rock. If it's in the fridge, sometimes it ends up being too soft. So it's probably a good idea if you're going to have, if you buy gelato like this, although like I said, it's really expensive. Keep it in the fridge only right before you're going to go and eat it. So maybe like if you're going to have it for dessert, maybe like a half an hour before, put it in the fridge, but otherwise just leave it in the freezer. And I only bought the ice cream because I went to, again, I splurged today. So much for my diet, right? I bought this beautiful cream cake piece. And this whole thing only came to 100 lek, or like $1.25. I mean, that's a huge piece. Let's see if I can take it out and show you better. It's not huge. I don't normally like cake, but I don't eat cake at all unless I have ice cream. And this is one of those. Cake without ice cream is, yeah. Cake is just an ice cream delivery device, just like sauce. Just like pasta is for sauce. Alrighty. I also bought a, this is a German brand of chocolate. Really good, a little bit on the pricey side. This is their Alpine milk chocolate with hazelnuts. I prefer their dark chocolate with hazelnuts. I haven't tried this version before yet in the 7 months since I've been here. This was 149 lek or $1.84. And I also bought, they call this Biscotti, but they're like little cookies. They actually taste like Girl Scout cookies. The ones with, I think they're called Samoas. They have little caramel in them and stuff, really tasty. This was 149 lek or $1.84 also. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the more expensive stuff. I bought a 1.5 liters of zero sugar Coca-Cola. They don't sell 2 liters of the Coke Zero. They only sell the 1.5 here in Albania. That was 139 lek or $1.72. 1 second, I'm gonna go and put the milk back in the fridge. I'm making pasta tonight. I'll show it to you in a second. Mozzarella, 219 lek or $2.71. Now you see that a lot of the groceries here, especially the fruit and vegetables, are definitely cheaper than they are in the United States. A lot of the breads are cheaper, the pastries, anything that you go and buy at a pastry shop or bakery are definitely cheaper. Imported stuff is still kind of expensive, and a lot of this came from Italy. I was just really in the mood for pasta. I haven't eaten pasta. I didn't go out to eat at all in July. And like I said, I was just eating pretty much paninis and bruschetta. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix different sauces together. The first one I bought was a ricotta sauce. And this was 189 lek or $2.33. I also bought some spinach gnocchi. I believe this is also imported. Yeah, this is imported. Can't seem to see where it's imported from. I presume it's imported from Italy. The gnocchi was 129 lek or $1.59. I bought some Asiago cheese, also imported. Cheese definitely is expensive. Although it is, I think, still cheaper than in the States. 499 lek for the Asiago or $6.16. I don't mind spending a little bit of money on cheese. I love the Albanian cheese, but things like this I'm only gonna buy once a month. Yeah, so that was $6.16. I also bought some sugar. For my coffee. The sugar was 69 lek or 85 cents. I bought some tagliatelle from Birra, spinach pasta. This is the kind of pasta you just throw in boiling water and it's done in like a minute or two, really fast. This was 279 lek or $3.45. I bought a 5-liter of water. My favorite is the Teppeline. Hi Marco, if you're watching. Marco took me there to the Teppeline Springs, so if I get a chance I always go and buy Teppeline water in honor of Marco. I don't know if the water is subsidized here, but it's cheap. Or at least I think it's cheap. So the whole 5 liters of water was 109 lek or $1.35. I am trying to cut down on my alcohol. So I am only going to have a little bit of red wine this month. This is 2 liters. This is also imported. This is imported from Kosovo. 2 liters, 449 lek, or $5.55. So this isn't top shelf wine by any stretch as a red. Basically, it's the same as like a table wine. And what I do is I'll just mix some 2/3 wine with 1/3 water. The only other alcohol I think I'm going to have this month is there is a beer festival. I hope it's celebrating Beer Korçë, my favorite Albanian beer. So I will be at that and I will be videotaping that for you later on this month. I think it starts on August 12th. I also bought some spices because the only spices I brought with me were pepper. So I bought some oregano and garlic, even though I have the bulb of garlic also. I used the garlic powder especially for like garlic bread, which I'm going to make tonight with my pasta. But when I'm making sauce, I always try to use cloves of garlic. The spices, 50 lek each, or 62 cents each. The other sauce I bought is Birra Bolognese. I try not to eat a lot of meat because it's bad for you and also because of the carbon footprint. So I just buy basically enough for taste, and then what I'll do is I'll go and mix this, like I said, with the Ricotta version. And the other one that I haven't shown you yet. But this was 299 lek or $3.69. So when I mix it, it goes a lot further. And then I use Passata pomodoro, also imported from Italy. Well, this is a trick I learned from Francesco in Tirana. His mother made me pasta and homemade sauce. And this is what they do with it. They use this as the base, unless they have fresh tomatoes and do from that. This is how traditional moms in Italy make sauce. So what I do is I'll go and put this with the 2 different sauces, 2 cloves of garlic, about 2 tablespoons of oregano, about the same of olive oil, extra virgin, pepper to taste, not a lot, and then I will go and put all that in with the pasta after the pasta is done boiling. I don't even go in the way I used to do it. I used to have it simmer for 4 or 5 hours back home. If you don't simmer it, it tastes fresher and you taste the Italian tomatoes a lot more. Sometimes I'll also go and put fresh lemon juice. I forgot to go and buy lemon, so I'm not going to do that today. And what I'm going to do is just put some Asiago mozzarella on top then. And that's pretty much all I bought. So, had quite a good meal. I will go and show you the finished product. A lot more than I need. Like I said, on the first night I eat it because I like the fresh taste. But I prefer having leftovers. I don't like being in the kitchen every single day. So right now I'm just putting in the garlic. If I had a mortar and pestle, I would have used that. I ended up using 3 cloves. And I'm going to go and use, like I said, about 2 tablespoons. Actually, I think I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of the oregano. If I was back home in America, I'd probably be doing this from scratch, using real tomatoes or using just passata. This is kind of a cheat version, but okay, so I prefer a lot of sauce. So I'm going to definitely start off with the passata and use all of that. As you can see, I'm just throwing it right in with the pasta. I want it to cook and mix at the same time. I'm putting a little bit of red wine, just enough for taste, and also to clean the bottle. So, not too much. Now I'm not going to put the cheese on until after it's done cooking. I'm probably going to use about a third of the ricotta sauce. Again, just for taste. And then a third of the Bolognese. So the rest of this I can still make, 3 meals out of. Okay, let's just see what it looks like so far. I put the cloves of garlic in. I didn't put any pepper in. I'm just going to put pepper in to taste after it's done. I don't put any salt in. I'm not a big salt person, but as you can see, I did go and buy some chips and pretzels. So, if I find an English version of the Odyssey here in Albania, or one, with subtitles in Albanian, but, in English, I'm going to watch the Odyssey. If you haven't seen my Odyssey video, go and check that out next. I'm going to put the card up for you. Okay, so I'm just mixing it all together. Since the pasta's already cooked, I'm just going to let it boil for a minute. Not really to cook it. The sauce, just let it go. Just enough to get warm. The pasta and sauce are done. I forgot to go and put the olive oil in, the extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just gonna go and put it on top. Like I said, this isn't, I just wanted something quick. So I wanted to show you what I do with the stuff that I bought more than anything else. So I have a bunch of the Asiago little cubes of the Parmesan and some mozzarella. I put some at the bottom of the bowl for the sauce. I don't have the right utensils to deal with pasta here at this Airbnb, unfortunately. Alright, let's cheat. Let's see how hot that is. Okay. So yeah, I definitely have enough for several leftovers, which is always a good thing. Making a mess. And if that's not enough, I can always grab it out of the pot. And also, I'm going to go and stick the cheese on it. Stick a little bit on the salad as well. I had some leftover olives from Berat, so I took those with me. And fresh garlic bread. Made a couple of extra pieces just as croutons for the salad. I know that's not a big thing in Europe, but I'm an American. I like croutons. Alright, so I didn't put any dressing on the salad yet. So I'm going to go and put olive oil on both. Garlic bread was just the garlic powder with olive oil. Try not to use butter as much as possible. But I do have something that is a secret. I've used a lot of balsamic vinaigrette in my life, but I've never used Crema until last month in Berat. I found this at Conad. So it's a reduction of regular balsamic vinegar with sugar. It is really tasty. I probably put too much on. And half of that cake, and here's that little Albani kind of Samoa thing. My glass of wine, and of course my American champagne, Coke Zero. Alrighty guys, that is my dinner for today. I'll put the ice cream on later after I finish with my salad and pasta. Cheers. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm starving.